In this video, we're going to learn on how to install Docker on Windows operating system. So let's start. To install the Docker desktop in Windows, we need to check the documents in Docker's Online by typing the following. Okay, if you are in this section, we simply click this Docker desktop for Windows. Okay, while waiting for that to finish, hop over to the system requirements. Now, there are two ways on how to activate this one. First is we need to update the WSL, while the other one is we need to set up the Hyper-V and Windows container. Now, both of this one has its own requirements. If you're running an old machine, I would advise to upgrade to Windows 10 or 11. Now, for the 11, we need to at least have a home and pro version of 21H2 or higher. Same goes with enterprise or education. Also with Windows 10, should also be with home and pro with the 21H2. So same goes. So that includes the enterprise and education. Now, later this on, we're going to turn the WSL features that includes the Hyper-V. So while waiting for that, we need to make sure that our virtualization, especially this one, the hardware virtualization support, must be turned on in the BIOS setting. So make sure you head over to your BIOS and make sure to that virtualization is specified to be active for this to work, right? So let's go over with this one. All right, our download application is already complete. So let's minimize this browser. Next, we need to activate now the WSL, including the Hyper-V. If you're running Windows 10 or 11, head over to the search tab on here and search for control or control panel, right? If you're here, head over to the programs. From programs, select programs and features. Okay, so if you're in this section, select this turn Windows features on or off. From here, look for Hyper-V and turn it on. Next, we need to look for Windows subsystem for Linux. Select this one. Once done, select OK. Okay, once completed, select this Restart Now. All right, once complete, let's head over to our download section. From our download section, look for your Docker desktop installer. Open this one by simply right click, open, or double click. Okay, so this will take a while. So let's wait for this to initialize all the packages. Okay, good. Now, the first thing we're going to see is there's a setup here. We use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V and the add shortcut to desktop. Now, if you notice here, it says this is recommended. If you remember earlier, we activate the WSL in the Hyper-V. So either way, it's okay. But for this demo, I just leave this as is. So we're going to use WSL instead of Hyper-V. So if you're fine with that, click OK. All right, once completed, let's click this close and restart and wait. Once completed, a Docker screen will pop up on your Windows. So let's proceed to that by clicking this accept. Now, notice here, if you see these errors, this indicates your WSL is in lower version. Now, to fix this one, let's head over to the next step. To learn on how to install or update WSL in Microsoft operating system, we need to head over to the Microsoft document online by typing following. First, we need to pick this one, then open our browser. Let's paste the URL. From here, head over to this section here. On the step 4, okay? So if you're in this section, select this link here, the WSL2 Linux kernel update. So let's click this one. Once complete, head over to the download section. From your download section, let's install this one. Click next. Right? Click finish. Once done, let's reopen our Docker desktop. And there you go. All right. Let's examine all the buttons here. Very good. At this point here, our Docker is complete. To test our Docker, let us proceed on the next step. For our test demo, let us type this command. From here, let us minimize our Docker. Open your CMD prompt. Now make sure your Docker is accessible by typing Docker. All right. Once you see this one, which means that Docker is workable. Okay, so let's clear this one. For our command, let's type the following. And there you go. To check our Docker, let's head over to our Docker panel. Notice here, when you see this listed here, this indicates that the Docker image that we created or downloaded earlier is complete. So you can see it from this section here, which is under container. And also, you can also view that in the image. So this is the image of that Docker line. So that's it, guys. Lastly, if you want to run your Docker once you reboot your system, just make sure you set it to auto start by clicking this button here. And from here, under the General tab, select this Start Docker Desktop when you log in. Then click Apply and Restart. Alright, so that's it, guys. Hope you like this video and please like and share. And see you guys for the next video series. Cheers!